Imagine walking into a store with enough money to buy almost anything in the world and still being told no. Not because the item is sold out, not because you can't afford it, but because the company simply isn't ready to sell it to you. In today's world, where brands compete for every customer they can get, that sounds completely backwards. Yet somehow, it's exactly what helped Hermès become one of the most valuable luxury companies on earth. Today, its handbags sell for more than luxury cars. Waiting lists can stretch for years, and people spend decades trying to build relationships with the brand. But Hermès wasn't founded as a fashion house. It wasn't even founded to sell handbags. It began in 1837 as a small workshop making leather harnesses for horses. Then, one invention threatened to wipe the entire business off the map. Instead, it became the beginning of one of history's greatest business transformations. A small shop in Paris, 1837. Long before cars filled the streets, horses powered almost everything. They pulled elegant carriages, delivered goods, transported wealthy families, and connected cities across Europe. Every horse depended on carefully crafted leather equipment. That's where Thierry Hermès saw an opportunity. He didn't want to build the biggest workshop. He wanted to build the best one. Every saddle, every harness, every bridle was handcrafted with extraordinary precision. Before long, European aristocrats and wealthy families began seeking out his workshop. Not because it was the cheapest, but because it had earned something far more valuable: trust. Without realizing it, Hermès had already discovered the idea that would define the company for nearly 2 centuries. People would always pay more for exceptional quality. Then came the automobile. At first, it looked like an expensive experiment. Few people believed horses would disappear, but within a few decades, cities began changing. Roads expanded, cars became faster. Horse-drawn transportation slowly faded into history. For thousands of leather workshops across Europe, the future disappeared almost overnight. Orders stopped coming. Businesses closed. Entire industries collapsed. Hermès could have become one of them. Instead of asking, "How do we save the harness? Business?" they asked a much smarter question. What will wealthy people need next? That single question changed everything. Wealthy customers still valued beautiful craftsmanship. They simply weren't buying horse equipment anymore. They were traveling. More trains, more ships, more automobiles meant people needed elegant luggage instead of elegant saddles. Hermès already understood leather better than almost anyone, so the company slowly expanded into handcrafted trunks, travel bags, wallets, and accessories. The products changed. The philosophy didn't. Every piece still reflected the same patience, the same craftsmanship, and the same attention to detail that had made the workshop famous decades earlier. Instead of chasing trends, Hermès quietly built a reputation. Then, in 1984, chance stepped in. During a flight from Paris to London, Hermès executive Jean-Louis Dumas found himself sitting next to actress Jane Birkin. She mentioned that she had never been able to find the perfect leather bag for everyday life. As they talked, Dumas began sketching ideas on an airplane sickness bag. That conversation would eventually inspire one of the most famous handbags ever created, the Birkin. But the bag alone didn't create the legend. The way Hermès chose to sell it did. Every Birkin is handcrafted by a single artisan. Production remains intentionally limited. Demand continues to grow faster than supply, which means owning one has become almost as much about patience as it is money. Most companies dream of selling millions of products. Hermès never built its business that way. Instead of maximizing volume, it protects exclusivity, fewer products, higher quality, better craftsmanship, no endless discounts, no desperate sales. Scarcity became part of the product itself. The harder something is to obtain, the more people want it. Over time, Hermès transformed patience into one of its greatest competitive advantages. Looking back, it's remarkable how close Hermès came to disappearing. The automobile could have ended everything. Instead, it forced the company to evolve. But perhaps the most important lesson isn't about luxury, it's about adaptation. Hermès didn't survive because it refused to change. It survived because it changed without sacrificing what made it exceptional. While other companies chased faster production, lower prices, and rapid expansion, Hermès doubled down on craftsmanship. Nearly 2 centuries later, that decision has created one of the most respected luxury brands the world has ever seen. Sometimes, the companies that last the longest aren't the ones that grow the fastest. They're the ones that never stop protecting the quality that made people care in the first place.